Hello and welcome to Bricks. I'm Adam and this is Bricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the LEGO Technic Snow Groomer set. This is set number 42148. It has 178 pieces, and I paid $13 for this set. Now, this is another one of the LEGO Technic 2-in-1s at this $13 price point. I've already done videos about the dump truck and its alternate build, the telehandler and its alternate build, and the motorcycle and its alternate build, and now I have the Snow Groomer. So the alternate build for this one is a snowmobile, apparently. But in this video, I am going to open this up and I'm going to put together the main model and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build this, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so that is this LEGO Technic Snow Groomer set. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is one of the $13 Technic sets, similar price point, piece count to the telehandler, the dump truck, and the motorcycle. And of course, this is a 2-in-1. This is just the main model here for the Snow Groomer. I really enjoyed this. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I actually didn't know from the box or from the pictures what the functions were exactly going to be, and I'm pretty impressed with what they are. There's no stickers in this, which is really nice, and there's a lot of functionality, and I think it's pretty recognizable of what it is. And it's one of the things I really appreciate in these Technic builds is when there's asymmetry, and this one is packed with it just because of how the functions all come together. So very, very cool, and I really like this. The colors are good, and everything's great. Now, one thing to point out is these have these kind of chain link or like tank tread type of pieces, and you use quite a bit of them. You use 56 total, 28 on both of those. So when talking about this and talking about the price per piece or talking about the piece count in general being comparable to other sets of this Technic level and price point, a lot of them are taken up in those treads. Now there still feels like a lot here, so I think that's pretty cool, and that's one of the things that it can do. Like many of these Technic vehicles, this can roll, and these treads do spin, and they work in a really nice way because LEGO put tires here with rubber on the inside, like it kind of hidden, but those are connected to this gear, and those really help in ensuring that the functionality of those treads is guaranteed. So otherwise they might just slide, or they might not, because these don't have rubber, they're just ABS, just plastic. They might not actively turn and function in the way that they're supposed to. So having these tires back here really ensures that everything functions the way it needs to. So I think that's really great. And I was very pleased because first I got one side on and I tried it and it wasn't working very well. And then once I got both of them on, it works very well. So we have good kind of tread, snowplow tread, tank treaded kind of things here. And then we can talk about some of the other functions. First, I thought this windscreen element was interesting. I thought that was going to be able to move, but you can't. So we do get a little bit of a cab in there, which is nice. You can imagine someone being in there operating this, which is cool. The plow is built really nice, and one of the functions is that this plow can turn, so you can angle it. If we look this way, we can see using this gear here, kind of the hand of God steering, but not for steering. Very simple mechanism to get that to actuate, but that means we can, have it straight and push the snow off to one side, push the snow off to another side, and it works really, really well. The next kind of function is related to that. So not only can we turn the front end of this, we can also lift it up. So using this lever right here, we can lift up the plow. So if I pull it back, now we can see, because the shadow there, we can lift that up, set that down, lift it up, set it down. It's kind of hard to see, but if I do it this way, maybe we can get a better view. So we can have it down all the way, and then we can lift it up so snow can pass underneath it. So that's really nice, and that works in conjunction with turning it, side to side. So we can lift it up and raise it down there with this lever here with the blue there, and from the side we can kind of see that as well. Again, another really simple mechanism that just works really, really well. And then at the back we have this extra element here, which is, I think, kind of the grooming aspect of this snow groomer for an ice skating rink or for a ski hill or just for a road or something. If you want it all leveled off or wanted something, there's a piece behind the snow groomer that can level off all the snow. So this could be pushing a bunch of snow off, but you want to maintain a certain level. This will groom it, or for ski trails, cross-country skiing or something. This at the back will be there to kind of level everything off and groom the snow appropriately. And that can also be raised or lowered with this lever here, which means it can also be kind of lifted up so it gets ignored where it's not touching anything, or laid down so it can level off the snow that is left behind. And that's, again, a very simple mechanism that just works, and it's great. And that's a lot of functionality that I did not expect to get from this build. I thought, maybe we would get to turn this, but when I looked at the pictures, I didn't think that this was a lever here. I thought it was something else, and I couldn't see the one over on the other side. And I didn't even, as I was building, recognize that those things were all going to work out that way. And I was so pleased that they do, because it really elevates this to kind of a somewhat realistic kind of interpretation of a real piece of machinery, which I very much appreciate. So I love that. The build was interesting. Like I said, there's a lot of asymmetry because we have the lever stuff over on this side and this beam to lift that up. Back here, it's asymmetrical the way this mechanism works. On this side, we have the one to turn it left and right. So there's a lot of asymmetry in there. But even simple things where it looks like there isn't asymmetry, or rather where it looks like things would be symmetrical, like even the structure of these treads and the internal gears and everything is not the same. So on this side we can see we have a tan axle and a black axle here, and then gray of those kind of frictionless kind of Technic pins, so this can rotate on them. But if we look at the other side, we do have the tan and the black, but now we have a tan one here, which is actually a longer pin. And that's for a number of reasons that, and you can see from the top down, the extra beam that's in there that's not on this side and not on this side. So there's a lot of asymmetry in there, and I'm always pleased to see that because it keeps the build really, really engaging here. So this is really, really fun. It's really, really cool. And I think it's a really solid main model. So very, very pleased. We can see here the extra pieces. We do get a couple extra of the tread pieces or the chain link kind of pieces, a pin, a bearing or bushing, extra of the light on top with that translucent. So not too many extra pieces there. Which is pretty good. And again, you know, these Technic sets, like I've said for all of them, I think I would rather have them be at the $10 price point. I think $13 is just maybe a little bit overpriced, but it still doesn't feel too bad. Obviously, after I built one of them, I went back and built several more. And I do want to take into consideration that these are 2-in-1 builds. So this one has an alternate build that turns this into a snowmobile, and I'm really, really interested in seeing what kind of functions that has, because I've been pretty impressed by certain alternate builds here, the excavator and the tow truck and stuff like that. So I do want to see what this snowmobile has to offer, which means in another video, a subsequent video, I will be taking this apart and building the alternate model of the snowmobile and kind of reviewing that. But having not done that, my overall kind of feeling towards this is that this is a great one. It might be one of my favorites out of all of them, of this scale, this size, this piece count, this price point Technic build. It might be my favorite main model so far, just because of, you know, one, no stickers, and the like functionality. I think the motorcycle is really good, but it was a little bit familiar to me because I've done brick built motorcycles and stuff like that. So I really, really liked this, but and I'm interested to see what the snowmobile is going to be like. So a little overpriced, like all these other Technic sets. I wish they were just a tad bit cheaper, but still pretty good. Very fun build, and I love how this functions. It actually feels like it could potentially work if I had snow, you know, on my mat here on my table. This might actually be mildly effective at moving it, which is really, really cool. So very pleased to see that. A lot of functionality, and they just work. So it's really great to see things just work. So I'm very, very pleased with this. If you like this video, consider giving it a like. And if you like the other videos on my channel, consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I will be doing in the future, including the alternate snowmobile build from this set, but also a ton of other LEGO stuff, more Technic, more just LEGO stuff of all different themes, all different sizes, all different price points, piece counts, tons of different LEGO videos. So subscribe so you don't miss it. And I wrote a thing up on my Patreon, so you can go check that out because it's public. I got to attend Brickworld Chicago, and I shot a ton of footage there, and I got to meet some, you know, YouTube LEGO YouTube famous people, which was really, really interesting and inspiring. And I saw some truly mind-blowing LEGO creations there. And I can't wait to share that with my Sobrix YouTube and with the Patreon. So if you want to read more about that, go over to the patreon.com/Sobrix, where you can read that public post. And I'll be following up with more kind of video work from my time at the convention in the future. And if you do want to support the channel in another way, maybe consider giving to the Patreon, where not only will you help support me financially, but you'll get access to all my videos early, and you'll get access to some exclusive stuff over there. And I have a lot of plans for the Patreon as it continues to grow and develop, and I'm really excited about that. Thank you, everybody that gives. Every little bit helps, and I really, really appreciate it. And I hope to be able to continue to do this for a long, long time. So thank you, everybody that likes and subscribes and comments and shares and all that stuff. I'm very, very grateful. And until next time, thanks. Bye.